Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with another daily Casper crypto live stream, and we have seen a insane turnaround in the markets today. Earlier today, our community, our free Discord server, was very happy seeing Casper making that push above 13 cents, looking like it was going to be going much higher as well. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, the whole crypto market bar XRP, pretty much everything has now taken a massive reversal. Casper went from being originally, earlier today, roughly 10% up on the daily time frame, give or take. And now it's currently down 4.3% on the daily time frame, valued at 11.22 cents. Now for me, I am not worried in the slightest. As the title states, I believe that this is the last bear trap, if you will. There are going to be continuous pullbacks. The term bear trap is definitely more of a clickbait title, but point being is this is not a sign that Casper or crypto is dead. I don't believe that for a second. Bitcoin is still above $100,000, which is very, very good. And we may very well see Bitcoin retrace back to these level down here of 96k. Again, time will tell. We have to see where the markets head towards. We'll be covering the information for today, exactly what's going on right now. Truth be told, I don't really have many reasons for why the markets are correcting right now, but at the same time, I can hazard a guess that it's just currently what's happening, the markets just need to go through a correction right now. I've seen a lot of, buying pressure. We need to have some sell-offs right now. But either way, for the most part, we see a small pullback, if you will. I'm anticipating that Casper will it's unlikely at this point Casper will go below 9 cents again, as we are now forming higher highs and higher lows. As you can see, we're forming higher highs and higher lows, so it'd be unlikely for Casper to go below 9 cents here. So for me, if we can find support at the 10 cent zone, that'd be very, very big news. And therefore, again, further confirmation we're still in this bullish rally upwards for Casper and going towards June, because we're currently only 12th of May, by the way. We've got another 2 weeks left of this month. A little over 2 weeks actually of this month left, and there's a good possibility we'll start seeing Casper making maybe a pullback right now and then going towards another rally upwards following the upcoming catalyst. We've got a few sources to cover in today's stream for Casper. Interesting updates regarding speculation about tier 1 listings getting closed, wallet developments, certain wallets scooping up a lot of Casper, and then equally wallet 2, who has been doing nothing but accumulating Casper throughout its whole, over a year of accumulating. For the first time, it has sold some Casper, which is very interesting. We'll get into exactly what's happening. And as always, if you enjoy the daily content, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Welcome back, my man. Andy, third mother, welcome back to the stream. You're doing very, very well. And Crip, Tony, my man, welcome back to you too. Falco, brother, hope you've had a great day so far. Welcome back. Hanny, you too. Welcome back as well. Hello to you too. I'm about to go long AF. I mean, truth be told, those who are trading Casper, not financial advice, of course. I don't trade Casper as well, so definitely not my personal opinion. Well, I cannot attest to doing this personally. In my personal opinion, though, Casper is seeing a lot more bullish pressure than bearish pressure right now. We are seeing a pullback, but that's nothing to be concerned about. There's no need to panic. Don't be emotional. Be logical right now. The TA element suggests that we are currently in a bullish uptrend, seeing higher highs and higher lows being formed now, which is very good news. All the big developments coming to Casper and crypto as a whole, the macro, the fundamentals, everything looks like we're gearing up to see Bitcoin trying to retest all-time highs going towards the end of the month. Now, why we're coming back right now, we can speculate. I haven't got an indefinite reason. My only belief right now could be potentially investors preparing for the inflation data coming out tomorrow. They're believing, therefore, that potentially the tariffs are going to be affecting the inflation quite a lot, and therefore they're trying to price inflation into the markets. That's my only speculation right now. But of course, we saw crypto, Bitcoin, and Casper rally up much higher today. Bitcoin almost reaching 106,000 based on the bullish catalyst as well that Trump announced. The trade deal with China, which we'll get into again in a moment. But again, for the most part, what we're seeing right here, which is important to note in the tier element as well, we've seen this massive wick. That is a sign of there being a lot of buying pressure. Despite that Casper's down right now, there's a lot of buying pressure for Casper. So this game could be a temporary thing, maybe a small pullback over the next few days and then continuing momentum going forward as well. But time will tell. So in that regard then, going long may not be the worst idea. What a few days it has been, my man. Indeed, Anthony. It's been a crazy few days seeing Kaspa, from the 7th of May, rallying up 30%, from 9 to 11.7 cents, and then equally, earlier today, up to 13. If we go into a smaller time frame as well, let's go to the 15-minute. We can see it was literally the beginning of the day for me. So 7:30 where I'm at, which is about 12 hours ago from now. 12 hours ago, we were seeing Kaspa at 13 cents above that. And then it saw a reversal. And that's not necessarily based on, Kaspa getting burnt out per se. Because if you look here, we look at Bitcoin as well. Similar time frame for Bitcoin. Bitcoin around the same time, where we reaches all-time highs, or recent all-time highs around 105, 106k. We see then a massive pullback as well. It's now somewhat making a bit of a reversal, which is good to see. So maybe it'll continue in that fashion. As we are seeing the same thing with Kaspa right now as well. Starting to make a bit of a pullback as well, which is hopefully very good news. But we're seeing Bitcoin ultimately, as always in these markets right now, Bitcoin dominance is taking over the market, and therefore the crypto, altcoins, they are following in suit. While the dominance is still falling off a little bit, we can see right now. I go to the day instead of the 15-minute. We can see right now there the dominance is still falling off, but it's still above 62%. It's still extremely high. The altcoin season from the last cycle, when you start seeing Solana make its significant rally, that didn't come to fruition until right here. Around August 2021, around here, when Bitcoin dominance was below 50%. Bitcoin dominance is still at 62, 63%. It's still extremely high. So despite its dominance falling off, it still controls the market. So therefore, understandably, everything's following suit, especially because Ethereum is no longer rallying against Bitcoin either. If Ethereum was still rallying up when Bitcoin's coming down, then that'd be fine. But Ethereum is still the altcoin indicator right now, being the second largest crypto in this space. And Ethereum right now is also down 2.56% on the daily time frame, losing 2.5k as it was yesterday. So right now the market's just following in suit. The reason why XRP is pumping, I have not looked into. I am quite curious to find out exactly what's causing this pump right now, because it's actually the only asset seemingly right now that's actually significantly pumped against the rest of the market. I mean, seemingly, when XRP pumps, these other assets in similar brackets pump as well. XLM, HBAR, Algorand's just basically negative, but only by 1 percentile, so it's not too bad either. I'm not exactly sure what's causing XRP to pump, but I'll find that out and probably post it in my community. My feed is called server, so you go check that out there. But again, be as it may, that's a temporary thing. I'm not remotely worried because the news we got today for the most part was bullish, and I think everyone right now is preparing for what's coming out later on. This week for me is going to be a very, very bullish one. I made a video yesterday on Kaspa talking about all of that as well, about new all-time highs is coming. While we're seeing a pullback right now, I still do believe an all-time high is imminent for Kaspa, maybe in the next month or two, based on the catalyst, based on the potential catalyst as well, based on the crypto market sentiment as well. We're seeing a pullback right now, yes, but we are seeing, for the most part, still bullish sentiment all in all. And equally, the trade war, the tariff uncertainty, starting to flip into a bit of FOMO. We can see here that the United States cuts tariffs on Chinese goods from the 145% it was at to 30% for 90 days, which is significant. And China are lowering tariffs on the United States from 125% to 10% for 90 days. So we're seeing a massive, there's still implemented tariffs, of course, but there's a massive drawback from the extortionate numbers that, both the two nations were doing as each other, and now it's come back significantly. I'm sure we'll see it develop more and more as time goes on as well, but this is very good news, and that's what we saw Bitcoin and, Kaspa running to 13 cents. We saw all the assets in crypto running up higher. Now it's coming back now, and again, for me, in my belief, that's most likely due to it just being that time in the market right now. If you look at the M2 supply, for example, you look at it from zero hedge here, you can see right now that we are around that period of time where we should be seeing a bit of a pullback in accordance to the M2 supply as it's drawn out here. It's got a 3-month lead apparently. So in accordance to this, we should be seeing a little bit of a pullback right now anyways. So if we line this chart for what we can see on TradingView here, we'll see likely a very similar position around here. I've got it around not 3 months delay. That's not 3 months, that's a 2 and a bit months. So if I get 3 month delay, I get to 90 days therefore, like I normally put it at. We can see, of course, again, M2 is relative. It depends on how you set it up. If you look at the M2 in regard to this, therefore, you can see we should be expecting a bit of a pullback right now. How the market's been pumped, we should be expecting a little bit of a pullback as we're seeing right now, and then we'll likely see it make a reversal, continuing going up as well from here. So again, I don't think we're anything to be concerned about really. Again, it's just all according to plan. That could be one potential reason for why the market's correcting. And equally, again, as I mentioned, tomorrow we're going to be seeing the CPI inflation data. So tomorrow's going to be a very important day. And that could potentially give us a very, very critical insight on how Jerome Powell is going to be conducting the next FOMC meeting. How big inflation is going to be right now. So we've got to take that into account as well when we're paying attention to these markets right now. So that could also be a reason why the markets are correcting. What happened with the wallet too is a very good question. We'll get into that in a moment, my man. I mean, ultimately, we can speculate about it. There are multiple reasons for why. If you look at the post here, Casper Mysterious Wallet 2 just made its first major outgoing transfer, sending over 3 million Casper today. Interestingly, the coins weren't sent to an exchange, but were transferred to a brand new wallet. Now, if I am going to speculate, and I'm going to clarify speculate because there's no confirmation as such, if I'm going to speculate, I'd like to speculate that this is an exchange, probably Binance, and as you would do with an exchange, you don't have just one wallet that holds all of your crypto assets. You'll have multiple wallets. Some of them have different uses. Some of them will be for hot wallets that are used for the trading market. Some are more for just for, holding a reserve of Casper for spot trading. There'll be different use of different wallets. So potentially, what we're seeing right now is Wallet 2 sending 3.151 million Casper to a new wallet, preparing therefore to issue some form of listing. It's the first outflow we have seen, which is very, very interesting because that's, again, we've not experienced it before, this sort of outflow. I mean, we've seen outflows, of course, back and forth, selling back and forth, but it's the first time we've seen, ultimately just outflows, which is very interesting. So I want to speculate this is the wallet, the exchange wallet's intention to prepare for a listing for Casper, as they're now testing transactions. I mean, they've done the test already, so I don't think it's testing transactions, but I think it's more so preparing their alternative wallets, their different pools, if you will, on their exchange to be prepared to offer some trades or whatever it may be. Again, that's speculation. If it's Binance, they already got futures, so maybe it's not the case. Maybe they're trying to give more liquidity to the wallet. Again, time will tell ultimately. Again, it's still a lot of uncertainty. We can't say for sure what's happening. But what we are seeing as well, interestingly, despite that outflow from Wallet 2, we saw a massive size of inflows. 39.5 million Casper from Wallet 51. Keep in mind as well, it's only got 40.9. This wallet had, next to nothing. Well, not next to nothing, but comparatively to where it's at right now, it had, it looks like 1.2, 1.4 million Casper, and it's just added 39.5 million to make it 40.9 now. So this wallet in particular, again, we have no idea who this is. We won't find out anytime soon. It might just be one massive whale. Now got 4.6 million Casper dollars worth of Casper now. It might just be a massive whale. Or maybe again, it could be an exchange who's now taking notice or now taking action to build the accumulation of Casper and prepare for it. That's just me, because buying $4.4 million worth of Casper is insane. In one bulk purchase is insane. I mean, actually, we'll have a look a little more in depth to see if it was one bulk purchase with it multiple transactions. It looks like it was multiple 1 to 3 million transactions. Even a big one of 7 and 6 here as well. All taking place within a few minutes of each other. Yeah, in a very small time frame from each other. This one actually happened. Yeah, that's the first Casper so they had some Casper beforehand. Let's do a little bit of research and more so research into this wallet as well. So we'll load up Casperlytics right now and look into this wallet that just scooped up a hell of a lot of Casper. So we can see this wallet has had Casper before, way back in 23. Been constantly buying and selling. Scooped up a lot of Casper here. A hell of a lot of Casper. Had over 104 million Casper and then sold it all. And now he's seen it scoop up 40 million. So with that in mind now, taking into account that this wallet has been buying and selling, this probably is just a massive, massive whale. Because with exchanges, you typically tend to see, look at, the MEXC wallet, for example, right? If you load up the MEXC wallet, which is now no longer on Aquaman, been losing more and more outflows, which I'm have to say I'm happy to see, truth be told. We look at Mexi's wallet. You know, we are seeing some steep. I mean, these here are shifting from wallet to wallet, right? But for the most part, the level of outflows, you know, they're I guess more laboured, if you will, like getting gradually when he's on the, you know, the largest, what's the word I'm looking for, the far out view, I guess, because again, this is looking at, you know, we're looking at hundreds of millions of billions of dollars of capital right now of Kaspa being transferred back and forth. So this one in particular, we're seeing some very, you know, we're seeing some sizable outflows and inflows right now, but these massive drops when they come to zero have been when they've switched wallets. But that's MEXC, so we're seeing that for MEXC, and then we're looking at this for the wallet that's just screwed up 37 million Kaspa right now. For me, it looks a bit more like not necessarily wallet hopping, but a whale who's just buying and selling. Again, we haven't got confirmation as such, it's more speculation, but you know, time will tell at the end of the day. Again, we're seeing a lot of inflows of Kaspa anyways. Buy bits, could be like 8 mil, unknown 20, 5 mil. This wallet, again, 5 mil. Like, we're getting more inflows of Kaspa, despite seeing wallet 2 for the first time sell and have some outflows of Kaspa. But we'll have to see how that pans out in the future. We'll have to understand as well that wallet 2, they do hold, you know, a substantial amount of Kaspa, and to my knowledge, the average of Kaspa is around this wick here. So, actually, if we go a little bit more in depth again, because this is, you know, we can have a little bit of a look as well to the 5-minute time frame. Let's go very far in. They sold. So the Kaspa reached its peak around 7:30 a.m. BST. We look at this wallet here. Go to show details. We can see this transaction here was okay. So it was not in the labor time, if you will. It was not at the exact time it reached its peak. It was around 1:30. So looking at 1:30 on the chart here, that would be round here. So that's around here. So when Kaspa was around 12.5 cents. So this wallet 2 would have been nearing that average of Kaspa. They have bought more since I last checked that average. But last I checked that average, or shout out to Andy. Actually, Andy was the one who checked that average. It was around 13 cents ish, around this region here. So potentially they just sold their Kaspa when they are around break even to, you know, gain some profits back. Again, there's so many potential reasons we can give right now. I want to believe that what it's actually doing right now, because they didn't sell it just to an exchange. That's the thing. While they did move some, as highlighted again in the post from Kaspa Daily, they didn't sell it to an exchange. It was to a brand new wallet. That's the important factor here. It wasn't to a new exchange, it was to a new wallet. So for me, potentially they're diversifying. Here's an idea, actually. Potentially, let's just say for argument's sake it is Binance. Binance already has futures and a mining pool of Kaspa. So they're preparing accumulation for a spot listing, right? In due time, I'm sure there's bound to be KRC20s on Binance. Maybe not anytime soon, but I'm sure maybe this cycle you might see maybe one of them. Maybe Nacho in particular, being Nacho the biggest one. So maybe I'm speculating too much here. I'm getting too much down the rabbit hole right now. Maybe this wallet here has now sent some, you know, 3.151 million Kaspa to another Kaspa wallet they own, maybe in preparation to start setting aside some capital to list some KRC20 tokens. But again, you know, I digress. I can give so many theories about what's actually happening. We won't know. I don't think there's really any concrete way to find out. But I don't find this as necessarily bearish or, you know, unpleasant news. Seeing them outflows, like, okay, well, they still hold over 722 million Kaspa. We have no idea who they are. This could be, in my belief, an exchange, and likely therefore they're testing, or they're doing their necessary precautions to get ready to, you know, list Kaspa. So again, time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. But ultimately, right now, as the title says, last bear trap, don't panic. We're seeing pullbacks right now, which is very funny to see after a massive surge following all the bullish macro here. And equally following SEC Chair Paul Atkins talking about how his priority is to develop rational regulatory frameworks for crypto, where Elena Terret gives a rundown here, basically just saying that Paul Atkins stated that their goal is to create clearer guidelines for crypto issuance and explore new registration exemptions and safe harbors, provide consumers with expanded custody options, including self-custody and potential updates to the qualified custodian definition, and explore integrated trading platforms and the modernization of ATS regulations to better accommodate crypto assets. So they're looking very in-depth to how to make crypto more accommodating, or to make it more interoperable and more available to everybody, institutions and retail alike, making it more available to everybody, which is very, very good to see all in all. So for the most part, we haven't seen any necessarily bearish news. I mean, again, I'll refresh my Twitter page right now, because normally it's quite good. The timeline is normally quite good to give me some form of information on what's happening right now. I haven't seen anything that's really glared out to me on why we're seeing pullbacks. Everything for the most part has been good news today. Again, this was good news. Unfortunately, my Twitter's now, lagging, as it does do because my PC is terrible. It was the trading news of China. There you go. That's good news. This Paul Atkins stuff is good news as well when it decides it wants to load. And I don't think my Twitter homepage is going to tell me anything either. That's why we're seeing a correction today. So my speculation, therefore, is that we are probably seeing more so the market's correct in conjunction to the M2 supply. That's again going through its kind of necessary and typical pullback. I'll go to the day time frame again. In conjunction with the M2 supply, as well at the same time as also again the community sentiment, the market trader sentiment, that we're going to see maybe some negative or some unfavorable inflation data tomorrow, because this is going to be the first inflation data we're going to receive with Trump's tariffs priced in. So there's a higher likelihood. It may not be massive, but there's a high likelihood we may see inflation go up tomorrow. We see the reported data suggesting that inflation is going up right now. So with that in mind, investors are reacting accordingly, pricing it into the market, sending it down after the massive pump we saw from the trade talks, and then we'll see it likely come back as well. So minor pullback, major comeback in my belief, not financial advice. We're still in a very strong spot right now. Kaspa again, still in a very strong spot right now. The fact that we are, currently down 5%, but still at 11 cents right now is very good to see, considering that, think about it, a month ago, literally 1 month ago, 10th of April, or 7th of April even, so we're now at the 12th of May, so literally over a month ago, we were at 5 cents. So from the very bottom here, if you got in the very bottom here, you have seen a 2.5x in Kaspa already. In a month and a half, by the way. That's very, very quick. Not in a month and a half, just over a month even, a month and a week. So, 5 weeks, that's very, very quick. And we'll see some pullbacks, as you do in the market, and we'll probably end up seeing a recovery as well. That's why I do believe, and I made it in my last video, we could see Kaspa end up making all-time highs soon enough. I would like to believe, based on the catalyst and the market sentiments, provided everything goes according to plan, I'm hoping we'll see Kaspa maybe reach all-time highs again, going into July, end of June time maybe. It depends on how soon we get the smart contracts and how quickly we see adoption come through for Kaspa as well, and then potential tier 1 listings as well. Which again, we'll have to wait and see when those come through. We know interest is here with Binance, we know Crypto.com's got interest as well. We have connections to OKX and Coinbase, but when they list, again, is anybody's guess right now. Now I'll get into more of that was all the macro and the kind of general covering. I'll get into the Kaspa news and other stuff in a moment. The other updates, we got like more developments regarding layer 2s and DEXs and potential smart contracts coming up very soon, according to Kaspa Door. Or at least he leaks it potentially. We'll get into that in a moment, but beforehand, I need to answer some questions real quick, because I'm sure I've missed out a lot. Honestly, why XRP is doing good. They tricked Trump and now are permanently banned from any talks involving crypto policies. Is that true? I have not actually heard about that at all. Would you mind linking me the information that suggests that in the Discord server, please, Cryptony? Because I have not seen that. I have not seen that at all. I mean, them tricking Trump, I can envision that happening, but I've not seen any information suggesting that they've been banned from any crypto policy trade talks or whatever like that. So if you could send me that information, please, I'll be interested to find out. What they're pumping, I really don't know, though. Dump hard today? Yeah, it is right now, dumping very, very hard. But again, for me, it's potentially the last bear trap, minor setback, and major comeback, so I'm not worried at all. Welcome back, Crypto Osu, bro. Hope you're doing very, very well, my man. Welcome back. We moon yet? Not yet, Wing. In due time, though. Why get only crypto comms ads on your streams and videos? I don't know. I'm not sponsored by them. It's been very interesting, though, because equally, I think it also depends on the videos you're watching, right? You're watching a crypto channel right now. So as you're watching a crypto channel, you're going to get more often than not ads that will correlate, because the whole premise of what YouTube do is to send you ads that they're going to want to click on. So there's a higher chance they're going to give you an ad on crypto.com and you click on it and they're going to send you an ad on, soccer or football, like you're not going to care as much about Bet365 as opposed to crypto exchange, in theory. Now, you can make the joking connection, it's a Kaspa stream, and you're only getting crypto.com ads on my stream, therefore they're going to list Kaspa. That would be a very nice connection to make. But I can't say for sure. YouTube are doing their own thing. I don't control the ads at all, by the way. If Bitcoin go 100k, do you see a big 20% pullback on alts and dip? No. If Bitcoin goes to below 100k, I mean, Bitcoin 20% would be, back down to this here, down here. But you're talking about altcoins, for example, Kaspa, for example. If Bitcoin comes to 100k, 20% from here puts Kaspa back below 9 cents. I mean, you can argue below 100k. So yeah, I'm saying right now, so it'd be 20%. I would, again, anything's possible, but I'd be very surprised if Kaspa goes below 9 cents now. Because again, Kaspa right now seems to be in a bullish uptrend, forming higher highs and higher lows. So I would be surprised if Kaspa breaks that market structure right now. We'll have to wait and see though. Is Kaspa going up? Unfortunately, not right now. It was going up earlier today, about 12 hours ago. It was up to 13 cents. And now we're seeing a complete market flip. And we're seeing a mass liquidation happening across the board. Pretty much every asset right now. Bitcoin down 2%, Ethereum 2%, Kaspa 5%, Sui 2.8%, But I'm not particularly worried again. I have no reason to be worried right now. I've seen what's coming out in this space right now. I've equally seen that apparently the White House are planning to potentially announce more trade deals this week. China's been announced, UK's been announced. You might see more this week, so that could also drive more FOMO as well. You need to pass the inflation data, I believe. I am seeing so many scams in my comments now. That's the first time these guys have come into my live. That's I guess a blessing in a sense. Well, I'm going to quickly ban that if I can. Don't pay attention to any of these XAI stuff. It's all scams, guys. Like, I do as I can do, I have a whole massive, like, community moderated list of all the XI names that I've banned, but they'll just find new ones. They always find new ones. I can only ban so many, unfortunately. It's very frustrating. Like, I've banned literally about 50 of them, but there's always a new one coming up. So I have banned the XAI56Z, so they can't post that anymore. So I apologize, guys, for that. It's definitely time I probably look towards getting someone to mod my channel. Maybe I get... Again, Mr. Miles sounds scary, but I know he's offered, and that way he can help prevent that happening. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys, that sucks. It really does suck. But I did also see, I'm trying to find it right now, I did see that I just got a donation. I've not missed you. Let me find it real quick. Tony, there you go. It's in the Kaspa chat. Thank you very much, brother man, and thank you also for the $2 donation. I'll check that out right now. In the Kaspa chat. There you go. Load it up real quick here. It's still worth talking about, because again, it's news and we need to find out all the information to stay ahead of the game and in tune to what's happening right now. So we can see here from Crypto Potato, everything hot in crypto. Trump, Ripple, XRP post fallout, how the White House sidelined lobbyist. So ultimately we can see here in early March, a Truth Social post by Trump promoting a crypto strategic reserve went viral in the United States. However, within hours of it going up, the post backfired on one of Washington DC's most well-connected lobbyists, Brian Bollard. According to the report, the idea from the post came from a staff member of Bollard's lobbying firm who had spoken to Trump several times during the weekend donor event at Mar-a-Lago. She allegedly urged the president to back the crypto industry publicly and even suggested the language he would use. Unknown to Trump at the time, Ripple, whose native XRP token was mentioned in the message, was a client of Bollard's firm. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, has made no secret of his desire to see XRP included in the proposed digital asset reserve. Once Trump learned of the connection, he was furious. He is not welcome in anything anymore, Trump reportedly told the White House associates later that month, referring to Bollard. As a result, staff were allegedly quietly directed to avoid meetings with him, effectively freezing him out of the West Wing. And that is very, very interesting. Very interesting and funny. It's actually interesting and also not surprising, but very funny how XRP holders have completely avoided reporting this, which of course they have. The XRP KOLs, content creators, they're not going to talk about this because that would be very, very bearish news for the community. But that is, I mean, you're seeing one side of things. Because to be fair, actually, I have seen sources from, example, I've seen it from the US Treasury, right? The US Treasury published a document not that long ago. I need to find the actual source because I've seen it already, and I'm sure I could find it, where it was covering stablecoin elements as well. And in those stablecoins, it had referenced USDT Tether, USDC Circle, PayPal stablecoin as well as Ripple's one as well. So it's so hard to really determine the truth of all information right now. I'm not by any means claiming that Cryptoni or this information here is false. There's definitely a possibility that they have been barred from taking part in any meetings right now. But at the same time, I am seeing, documentation from the White House that has Ripple stablecoin in question alongside Circle and Tether, and PayPal, which that will potentially also null and void this. So you maybe then make the argument therefore that they're not allowed to talk and take part in any talks right now for doing something like trying to go behind Trump's back, but they are still deemed as one of the bigger American crypto companies. Therefore, they still have a lot of weight. Again, that's a whole rabbit hole that I need to look into more so myself. But that's very interesting. So thank you again, Tony, for that post, giving us more insight on what's happening right now. And that also then does raise a question on why XRP in particular is still rallying up 5% right now against the market when everything else is dumping. I imagine there's been some form of announcement for Ripple today. I've not looked into it again. I'll have to look into it later today as well. But XRP being the only asset currently pumping does suggest there's been something big to come up for Ripple today. Something must have come out to it. Maybe it's an ETF, maybe it's some other form of development again. I'm sure all the XRP content creators are talking about it today as well. But yeah, now let me get into more of the questions right now and try to avoid all the bots. I do apologize again for those who are trying to read through the chat right now. Running a long from 6 cents, 3x long, a massive stock crypto goes to. Shout out to also Ty Fork, who has also been running along since 9 cents, and he has had obviously you've seen a bit of a pullback right now, but he had a massive position in Kaspa, therefore he did very, very well. So again, there's always a benefit in trading, of course. Do your own research, trade at your own discretion type of thing, as you always know. But there's a benefit in trading, and shameless plug, but as you are probably aware, I'm going to do so anyways. I do have my own VIP group. Of course, I have the community Discord server where you can join for free, and I also have a VIP group here as well, where you can come join for a free trial for 7 days as well. And inside the community group, we cover weekly live streams like we do today here, but we do it every single week with more institutional documents, with experienced traders analyzing the market as well. We also provide trade alerts, buy and sell alerts, as well as educational videos and tutorials on, how to access certain things, how to do certain things. So if you want to find out more, stay more locked in. And equally, the information I posted in my community earlier today, very, very important. And in fact, for you guys, I will leak one of them right now as well. The sort of information you will end up seeing in this community, one of them here is from Stanford University right now. This is, by the way, wasn't planning on doing this stream, but I'm doing it now because, trying to also sell the VIP more so, but also provide you more with a lot of information provided in this group right now. Stanford University, so of course one of the I keep trying to say no. Sorry. Every time I want to say Russell Group, that's the UK term. Always forget what they're called. I'm sorry, someone telling me in the comments. Not Russell Group. Russell Group US. The Ivy Leagues. I think it's the Ivy League. I think that's what it's referred to, Ivy Leagues. Point being, we should know who Stanford are, right? Stanford University, very, very huge. They've got a document here talking about the Emerging Technology Review of 2025, a report on 10 key technologies and their policy implications right now. So we are seeing, again, a very, very important document here, I like to believe. One that, again, many that I've covered in that group. And I'm not going to cover the whole document here because it's 191 pages. But for me, there was one really, really interesting part that makes me, equally very bullish here. Energy consumption here. I can scroll in a little bit. Bitcoin, an older and today the dominant cryptocurrency, consumes an enormous amount of energy. Bitcoin mining uses more energy than the Netherlands, the whole country. For this reason, newer blockchains, notably Ethereum, are designed for far less energy, and today Ethereum's annual energy use is less than a 10,000 of YouTube's annual consumption. But Ethereum's market capitalization is less than half of Bitcoin's, and it remains to be seen whether any less energy-intensive cryptocurrencies will displace the latter. Now, for me, this is a 2025 document, and for me, the whole document here, this is the part that I found the most interesting. Again, this document is very insightful, so you want to find out this document. You could try and search it and find it for yourself. Again, that's typically what I do as a researcher anyways. I find the information, but the information is available in my VIP group as well alongside many other information, so trading information, buy and sell alerts. We've been doing a lot of buy and sell alerts recently with chart flows, who've been popping off recently, educational sources and whatnot. And this here is one of many documents we have covered in that VIP group, in the live stream, and equally posted there as well. And this is important to me because, again, it remains to be seen whether any less energy intensive crypto will displace the latter, will replace Ethereum or Bitcoin. That's Kaspa. For me, that screams Kaspa. Of course, not many are going to be aware of Kaspa right now because of how early it is. Still massively misunderstood. As you've seen in my video yesterday, there's so many massive content creators who still don't understand what Kaspa is properly. They block that architecture. But we can see how good Kaspa is. We know how good Kaspa is. And they are still actively contemplating the possibility of seeing something that's better than Bitcoin and Ethereum coming out. And that, for me, is most definitely Kaspa. So the VIP group, again, you want to find out more. We talk about a lot in there, trying to get more locked in ahead of the game. And equally, we do try and correlate a lot of the information covered to our conviction in Kaspa as well. So if you're a Kaspa holder solely, it'll still be very beneficial for you in my belief. And you can maybe even, not financial advice, again, do your own research, trade your own discretion, but potentially get involved in some trades as well to, help. Again, that's completely up to you. All Chart Flows is doing is posting his trades all the time. It's up to you if you want to follow him or not. But it's up to you, completely your own decision. But that's available there for you as well. All information with your live stream, sell alerts, risk management, all this stuff, link down below in the description and also on my homepage here as well. Again, that's just one of many documents I've posted today. I posted like 5 or 6 or 7 documents today. And there's many, many more in there as well. So if you want to find out more, again, you can go check that out. You earned the sub, bro. Thank you very much. 22nd, bro. Thank you very much indeed. And hopefully you stay tuned in because we do these streams every single day. And if you want to be even more locked in, the VIP, of course, is a fantastic place. I'll always talk about that. But equally, you can come join the free Discord server as well. So there's no strings attached. Community Discord right there. Community of all of us there just chilling, chatting and learning more about crypto and Kaspa as well. So also link down below in the description on my homepage here as well. But yeah, again, things are, for the most part, while down, not looking bad at all. Good evening, you too, DC, my man. I'm doing very, very well. And you too, Brett, my man. Having a great day so far. Extortion is what the Chinese are doing to all of us. Trump is just the only one with enough balls and leverage to put them in their place. Yeah, it's also another outlook to look at this stuff right now. Again, there's so many ways to look at it, but that's definitely an outlook you can have. What's up, John Doman, who's doing very, very well. Jay, if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, dump them. They are too expensive and take away your Kaspa money. Follow my footsteps. Hey, I have been single for quite some time. I had a significant other, few years back now, actually. And actually, it's funny enough, it was when I started really focusing on crypto, when I started focusing on this channel, like properly, before people even knew of me. That's when I, kind of split with them to focus on this more so as well. So I am taking that advice. Once I'm, financially inept and free, then sure, then I can worry about somebody taking my money. The coins were sent from Wallet 2 to Bybit from a new address. Oh, so it's Bybit. Okay, well, that's great to know, Andy. Thank you for that. So Wallet 2 sold from their wallet to Bybit's new wallet addresses. So maybe that is therefore going towards the belief, therefore, that as they did sell around, 1 130, which is the normal time they normally sell, and well, the time they normally buy is around then anyways. But maybe therefore they sold around here. Maybe they just sold here because their average was, you know, close to level again. So they just sold to try and gain some profits back. They would have made money at the end of the day because they've been, well, more, they would have made money. The average is still, I think, a little bit higher. But, you know, taking some profits is not bad. And they still hold over 700 billion. So they only sold 3 million, which is, sorry, 720 million. Sorry, they hold over 722 million. But it's totally 3 million. So it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things for them. Kappa to go below 9 cents. I'll be surprised if Kappa goes below 9 cents. It's not impossible, of course, but it really does depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes through a massive flash crash right now, then who knows? But I think Kappa's going to find support at around, I want to say it'll find support around 9.5. Again, anything can happen, but we're currently again seeing Kappa follow the market structure of higher highs and higher lows now, apart from, you know, complete reverse what we saw down here. So if it, again, anything can happen, but hopefully Kappa still follows that structure and therefore it'll find support around here. I mean, if you actually draw out, we can test actually see where the supports are, fib retracement and stuff like that. So we can see support here. It's around 9.1. And equally we could do it in a smaller time frame as well, or a smaller time frame here as well. So the fib retracement out from this bottom here. Equally has it around, yeah, like 10 here as well. So I suspect, therefore, we'll probably see some form of support for Kaspa. Again, based on if we get no, what's the word I'm looking for? Unexpected developments. I suspect we'll see Kaspa find some form of support and reverse around here. Again, it can definitely go lower. It might not even come down that far. It really depends on Bitcoin right now. We're still in a Bitcoin dominant market, so Bitcoin decides the market. But I think we'll find Kaspa seeing some form of support maybe around here between 10 to 9.5, give or take. I'd like to believe. If we don't, then, you know, it will be unfortunate. But again, I still think Kappa, if still showcasing bullish strength, it will come down maybe and still find its way back up following the M2 supply and everything else that's coming out as well. More trade developments and whatnot. So it's still looking good in my belief. Welcome back, my man. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing very, very well. And you too, LB, on the check-in. And DD, my man. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, it looks like a little bit of a dip. And maybe that's a little dip we need before we go to 15 cents and beyond. Many think Wallet 2 is a payment of some sort. Maybe. I mean, again, I'm not particularly sure. I can only go based on what I know myself and information that I found myself. And there's still a lack of information in that regard as well. What happened to the market today? Just woke up. Good question, King. We've been trying to find that out myself. I don't think I've seen anything that's determined why we're seeing a market correction today. Nothing that's actually significantly, you know, resulted or caused this massive pullback. So my speculation of why we're seeing a massive pullback is because tomorrow we're going to be seeing the CPI inflation data released to us. And it's a very, very important one because it's the first CPI inflation data since we've seen tariffs priced in. Because they got priced in April. And the CPI data is going to be referring to April. So that will be a very important one. And therefore the market is anticipating a lot of high inflation and therefore bearish sentiment. So they're pricing it in early. It's either that or, again, in conjunction to the M2 supply. We are expected to see some pullbacks in the M2, as we can see. Bitcoin still following it rather diligently. We're seeing a pullback as it rallied up here, pullback, and they might see it then continue making that move up further as well. Again, time will tell. I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin maybe come back down to 98, 95k. Like I think Bitcoin could still very much come to around here. But I'll be surprised if Bitcoin goes below 93k. I think 93k has been, after this massive consolidation period here, I would like to argue again, provided we get no irregularities or shock developments, that's the strong support for Bitcoin now. We'll see eventually it finds support, rebound, blow past all-time highs, and then we'll all be singing and laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, the pullback, really nothing out of the normal, definitely. Now, before we get into more of the questions, and I skip through all of those bot comments that I hope I'm now not posting anymore because I have banned that XAI, that particular one. But again, I'm sure they'll come back tomorrow and there'll be a new XAI 7.2, whatever the hell it is. Like, there's always more coming out. I can only do so much. I'm going to more of the Kaspa content right now because it has been not even spoken about at all this stream, truth be told. Just purely information, but not much exactly on Kaspa. So we can see here, Kraken exchange. Layer 1 on Kraken, you've got INIT in it. You got SCRT Secret Network, and you also have Kaspa, all that are showcasing very, very bullish strength right now, which Kraken shakers, which is very, very good to see. Hopefully Kraken eventually are going to list a stablecoin pair of Kaspa, but time will tell. The leak from Kaspador here, Kas Live will soon have another timer, tick tack. Now I think it may be tick tock, I don't know, but of course the timer right now was for the crescendo activation, which as you refresh the page and load up Kas Live for the first time, you see of course this massive celebratory screen, which is great to see, you know, a nice little visual, it's always nice to see. We have crescendo now been live for roughly a week and been going very smooth. So my speculation, based on all the leaks Kaspador's given us in the past week or so already, is this new live timer is going to probably be regarding to how long till smart contracts are on Kaspa, ZK opcos, or you know, the EVM. So we'll see that hopefully coming out very soon. So very, very exciting. Nicholas Sismel, who used to work as the head of listings for Binance US, who now works for Kas Media, for you know, the media platform for Kaspa basically. He made this recent review with Igra Labs team to understand the future of proof of work and what we come to believe to be the downfall of Bitcoin, which again, we just covered this document very briefly. Again, there's a lot more to cover in this institutional document from Harvard. Well, it's a university document also, but either way, it's what institutes are looking at. So even they're talking about this, also spoke about in this document actually, as I'm going on a little bit of a tangent here. I spoke about AI. Trying to find out where that, yeah, look. AI, biotechnology and synthetic biology, crypto, lasers, like all this stuff here as well. So it's a very insightful document. Again, this is stuff that institutes will definitely be looking at, and we cover that. In our weekly live streams, and equally posted about it in my community as well. So again, if you want to find out that sort of stuff, in-depth institutional insight to get ahead of the game and know what they're looking at and what they're investing into, then links below down in the description, homepage as well, wop.com/coin-factory, 7-day free trial as well, so you can get in for free. Check all the information out for a week there, and you think it's worth your while, then you can sign up as well. But I wanted to just highlight again, you know, Stanford. So institutions are looking at the fact that Bitcoin, again, we know it's energy intensive, it's not efficient, and they're also highlighting the potential of whether we'll see a less energy intensive crypto that will displace the latter. And the KRI are also working with Kaspa because they believe Kaspa is the one, and Kaspa is going to be the one. That could potentially therefore be the downfall of Bitcoin. Kaspa becomes to the rescue as the ultimate global sequencer. Kas Media recently sat down with the team behind Igra Labs, Pavel and Dennis. We covered the overall future of layer 2 scaling, not just for Kaspa, but for proof of work in general, particularly Bitcoin from BIP 4.2.0 and fractional reserve banking to global sequencing solutions and based rollups. This is an extremely important read. Now, I have not had the liberty of reading through this properly right now. It's a 14-minute read, and that would be the way I read can be very, very boring and robotic, so I'm not going to do that for you. What I will do is link this down in my community, my free Discord community there, so you can find it in the Discord community. And I'll read through it myself in my own time, and then make a more light-hearted summary of what's covered as well, so we could find out, you know, exactly what's mentioned and what the important parts are, and cut out a lot of the informative but kind of noise in the article. Because while it's a very informative, 40 minutes to be very informative, for YouTube content, you know, it can be boring reading this out like that. So I will, I'll flesh it out and tell you what it's about. But again, I'm sure it's a very important read. I know the KRI was spotted saying, great article, definitely worth a read as well. So, I mean, you can find it on Twitter. I'll be reposting it on Twitter as well, so you can find it there. But equally, you can check out the free community and have an easy access to find the document as well, because I'll post it there as well. Continuation, though, we can see here, proof once more, Kaspa is pumping. It looks like the word is spreading. Let's show the world just how fast Kaspa really is. With a pure proof of work consensus, 10 BPS, we can see again the speed of Kaspa is second to none. Transaction going through in 1.81 seconds, which is fantastic. Once more again, why I believe Kaspa is going to be such a dominant platform, a dominant crypto project in this space throughout this year. It's already efficient, superior and sufficiently faster than pretty much every other infrastructure in this space. And once it gets adoption with smart contracts, it's going to blow people out of the water. We're early, and we'll see that come to fruition. Audit here, who also highlights, I don't normally talk about Kaspa price here, but let's make a small exception from again today. There is one funny thing about Kaspa and Game 3 that I have not seen yet discussed yet. We can assume that there must be a solid number of large players who missed the train before Kaspa went parabolic and were forced to accumulate from high prices. All this downtrend from 21 to 5% was a gift for all these participants. we can also assume that it's very unlikely that all of them have been able to accumulate desired bags in order to list Kaspa for tier 1 exchanges. You need a lot of supply, same for large market makers. So as soon as the price starts to trend up, all these that were late are immediately put under a lot more pressure of what if the price keeps trending upwards. So what do? They need to start buying aggressively before the price goes too much, up too much. They can start bidding more to prevent others from buying their share cheaply. As soon as some big names list, such as Binance or similar large retail exchanges, it will put even more pressure on others that they would have to bid more. So, and this is a very, again, for me, it's speculation, but it's a very logical rundown. And that's what we've been talking about as well in this community. Once we end up seeing the possibility or the likelihood, therefore, we see Binance or Crypto.com or OKX or whatever exchange is one of the big tier 1 lists, because we're seeing, for the most part, upwards momentum for crypto and Kaspa right now. And therefore, we're seeing ones who are maybe taking their time to accumulate at the bottom. Now they're running out of time and have to buy quicker. If one big exchange lists Kaspa at this current stage of the market, likely therefore causing a lot more massive volatile momentum, especially if it's Binance, the other exchange is going to have to buy quickly to list as well. Otherwise, they're going to be paying a premium to list Kaspa, and they'll be too late. So it's a good possibility we could see a massive, chain effect, snowball effect, catalyst of Binance followed quickly by OKX, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Gemini, Robinhood. Again, I'm just listing off exchanges and speculation, but good possibility of that, especially considering what Kaspa's releasing as well. Again, could just be wrong, but it's a possibility of such, and it's a logical thought process as well, because Kaspa is 100% the best crypto ever invented, so they can't afford to fade it. They can't. That's why Marathon, despite selling all of their holding of Kaspa, they're still mining Kaspa on 10 BPS. They upgraded to 10 BPS. They're still mining it. That's what the video I made about yesterday as well. Despite the fact that Marathon sold all of their Kaspa, they're still mining Kaspa. They're still mining it. All they're doing right now is holding less, which actually is better for Kaspa. So imagine having one of the biggest Bitcoin mining companies ever mine your crypto, Kaspa, without even holding it. So all they're doing, therefore, is contributing to the decentralized nature of Kaspa. That's fantastic. That's better than holding it, actually, in my opinion. Now, in regards to developments right now, we can see Kaspa Commons, who was previously running the Kaspa currency Twitter page, who's now made his own one so he can be more free in what he posts right now. He said no rest for Kaspa developments right now. 4 Rusty Kaspa tasks highlighted, which aim to improve performance, scalability, and usability as Kaspa blockchain, or BlockDAG, Kaspa BlockDAG highlights here, which is again very important to see. Kasway being aiming to be the centralized point of sale solution on the type of Kaspa network. Said that we're going through a bit of a delay right now, running on the mainnet, so we're having faced some issues right now, so just stay patient, being postponed right now. But because of insights on what they've been building as well, the internal mainnet testing sneak peeks featuring Tangent as well, you can see here, which is very, very cool right now. We're seeing again, it's a bit pixelated, I apologize, the quality's not the best right now, but okay, it's fixed itself now. You can see, look, sending Kaspa, sign and pay, sending through, going to the Tangent wallet. So again, we're seeing the sort of stuff already working with Kasway, going through very quickly as well. Great stuff to see all around. So that's Kasway in that regard, the internal mainnet testing sneak peek. Also seen, someone asked if there's going to be some form of QR standards, so that the QR code includes the correct sum to be paid, as well as the address. And they said something like this. So they're also, again, that's the same video, right? Or this is something like this. So again, they're showcasing right now you can do it with QR payments as well, which is huge. Very huge news. So we're seeing again some very, that's going to be a massive, lifesaver, if you will. Just a quality of life thing. It's such a small thing that it makes such a big difference. Such a big difference. So Kasway could be a very desirable platform, therefore, for these sort of transactions going forward as well. And then equally you see here, introducing retry payments as well. Sometimes something bad might just happen in the middle of a transaction. It's inevitable. Kaspa's been very great so far, not having any issues, but when the adoption goes more and more, there's always a possibility there will be an issue. High latency, slow internet, disconnection, blackouts, whether it's your fault or Kaspa's fault. We'll have to see where it goes from here, but Kaspa are also introducing a feature that lets you just, retry it. So take control of your stuck funds, keep what's yours is yours, which is also a very interesting feature as well. So you can see here, again, when the pixel stops happening right now, you can see when it runs it through again, Kaspa here, didn't go through. You can just click retry payment and it'll go through, and there you go, send. Now, want to highlight, there will probably be many, many platforms out there. that are going to be coming out trying to put on top of Kaspa that will be trying to take advantage of you, maybe trying to scam you. Kasway, maybe one of those. I don't know too much about Kasway. From what I have seen, they look amazing, and I do plan to test them out. But as always, you are your own person, you're your own investor, you're your own man or woman. Do your own research, trade at your own discretion. Kaspa is in a very unique spot. It has so much incoming through it. There are going to be people aiming to take advantage of you through trying to do airdrops, trying to do some more giveaways, trying to make a DEX, trying to make a meme token like Chaos 20. We've already seen Chaos 20 fall off. You had numerous like Eggy, for example. That was a scam. You've had many of these also being scams as well. So always be careful when you're getting involved in anything in crypto. But it is good to see more developments like this happening, and I do choose to trust Kasway for what they are building right now. It looks very, very cool. And again, the quality of life is fantastic to see. Zealous Swap, I know people have conflicting opinions on it right now. I'm equally not too sure. And the reason why people are conflicted is because of the pre-sale they did. Otherwise, everyone I think was kind of fine with Zealous, but after the pre-sale, people are like, oh, I'm not so sure about it now because of how they went about it. Again, I'm not spreading FUD about them. I don't know myself. So again, research yourself and find out more. But I'm still going to cover the news just in case, because they do seem to be right now the biggest DEX or the most prevalent DEX right now on the Kaspa platform, or trying to bring it to the Kaspa platform right now. The Zealous Farms are coming in Open Beta 4 alongside the Nacho Infinity Pool. We're excited to introduce Zealous Farms, your next step towards yield powered DeFi on Zealous. That's also why I'm saying I'm not sure, because the pre-sale thing normally would put me off, but they are partnered alongside Nacho. And I would like to believe that Nacho, the biggest Chaos 20 token, is definitely trustworthy. But again, that could just be my mentality, my max mentality. Again, always do your own research, but that's what they're highlighting here. So again, they're getting their Zealous farm ready, provide liquidity, get LP tokens, deposit into farms, earn ZEAL. When you add liquidity to the pool on Zealous Swap, like Kaspa USDT, you will receive LP tokens, deposit those into the farm, and you'll start earning ZEAL rewards automatically. This is yield farming. This is very important, something that actually I'm going to be looking at with my VIPs as well. We'll get into ZEAL farming. I don't know. I have no intention to right now, but who knows, that might change. But I do plan to look in towards yield farming elements as well, just because, again, there's a definite benefit in making your money work for you. I've got also a lot of very in-depth institutional documents and panels and, you know, interviews where they're talking about the benefits of yield farming with crypto and Bitcoin and, you know, and with blockchain and why they want to do it. For example, there's a woman in particular that mentioned how you can put your crypto, your USDC, whatever it may be, your token in question, in a yield farm, and they're continuously working, making money for you, and you could be out at dinner, Nobu, you know, for example, a very expensive place to eat, and you decide that you need to pay for the bill. You can literally, therefore, pay for the bill, and it takes that money, that USDT, that stablecoin, out of your yield farm the exact moment you decide to pay for it, and pay for it. So that regard, therefore, your money is continuously working for you the whole time until the moment you actually need to use it to pay for something, which is a very big benefit of yield farming. Of course, I'm not saying by all means do it. Again, it's completely up to you, but there are loads of elements that we can benefit in crypto. Be your own bank. Yield farming, be your own bank. DeFi, be your own bank. You can trade as well in crypto. You can also just hold in a cold storage like we do most of us for Kaspa. All elements are perfectly fine. Again, it's up to you. But these are the sort of things that I am, you know, actively looking at more and more, and equally the sort of stuff that I'm trying to teach. Well, I say teach, it's not really teach. Trying to educate people in my VIP group as well. So alongside, again, everything else we're doing in there, the educational video tutorials is coming, like, you know, understanding chart patterns and trading and whatnot, but equally there'll be other elements to it as well, you know, like trying to look into yield farm elements and much, much more. So again, if you want to find out more, trying to capitalize on this space, wop.com/coin factory, 7-day free trial, all the stuff we do every single, like I'm also, a lot of the information that we talk about in these streams, like especially the macro side of things, like, you know, this stuff here, I tend to normally post in that community firsthand as well, so you find out ahead of time as well. So again, if you want to find out more, link below down in the description, and also on my homepage here as well. But as we're getting on now, we can see here, as I already mentioned earlier on, yeah, Wallet 2 selling, Wallet 55, who bought 37 million Kaspa. Very interesting to see right now. Ultimately, the market's in a pullback. I'm not too worried, but I think we could see maybe some more pullbacks. It really depends. I think, again, this is probably based on the worries of inflation tomorrow. The data coming out tomorrow, that's why we're seeing a pullback. And if it ends up being favorable or better than expected, we'll see maybe a consolidation leading towards the end of May with the M2s going higher. And we'll see, therefore, Kaspa and Crypto make a recovery, maybe some listings coming through. Smart contracts will probably be announced. We'll have a timeline for it then, which would be very, very big. So, things to look forward to for Kaspa, and I'm sure higher highs are on the horizon. On the horizon, definitely. I think we're very close. What is weird to see, but interesting and good, is that volume for Kaspa right now, despite the massive sell-off right now, is at 284 million. One of the highest we've seen for Kaspa in a very, very long time. Now, why it's backwards right now, I don't know. Volume's normally sat here, so I don't know what they changed with their UI. I don't like it. I don't like it when Coinbase changes UI. I hate it. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? But yeah, so they've got very high volume right now, which is reassuring. The highest we have seen in, 5 months. But, again, it has to stay consistently high right now. It's not staying consistently high right now. Gate dominating 30%, then MEXC 21, Bybit 9, BitGet 6, LBank 8.7, Kraken at 2%. Higher volume is fantastic. It needs to be high with the big tier ones, and that always incentivize these Binances and other big ones to list a Kaspa as well. We all took profits, right? Nope, I'm still holding short on Kaspa. I've not sold a single penny yet. Stoch RSI Davy set. That's also, again, TA elements also suggest that we're going to see a reset today as well. I bought the top again. Hey, again, brother, you say you bought the top. While I kind of, yeah, buying at 30 cents, it's the current local top, but end of the day, right, if Kaspa ends up rallying past, 20 cents, you're better off buying in here and Kaspa return up to here than you're not buying in at all, and then, Kaspa going up here and then you miss out. That's not me, like, again, do your own research, man. It's unfortunate, of course it sucks, but I have no doubt in my personal belief, again, not financial advice, that Kaspa is going to return and surpass all-time highs very shortly. I don't take any profits from Kaspa to at least $1. That's kind of similar to me right now. And then I'm going through all of the spam right now. I'll still pay attention to 7/10, which is the 10th of July. So it's me being the 10th of... Wait, date of... Oh, pay attention to 7 to 10... Okay. I will still pay attention 7 to 10 days before June 17th, often a sell-off. Yes, because that is going to be, June 17th is the start of the FOMC meeting. So, yeah, you'll probably see a sell-off a few days before that. And then, that if we are going to get rate cuts in particular, which will be, again, tomorrow's inflation data will determine the likelihood of Jerome Powell cutting rates. And if we do get rate cuts, and the sentiment if we're going to get rate cuts, you'll see the markets correct in anticipation for rate cuts, and then it'll pump higher. So, yeah, that's also to pay, very right there, DD. Yeah, no, the boss it in. I apologize for that. I mean, $3 is not a outland. It's not too moon boy. It's not outlandish at all. That's only a 78, give or take, $78 billion market cap. I don't think that's too bad at all. I don't have price predictions anymore. I don't do them. But if you actually have told me your price prediction, I'll tell you whether I think it's outlandish or not. If you said $10, I say that's a bit ridiculous. Saying $3, I don't think that's too outlandish at all. And now I'm going through all of the spam bot comments. XAI56Z. I actually now just a quick look because I'm curious. Because I have banned so many. Go to my, you got XAI68Z, 70Z, 71Z, 72Z, 73, 4, 5. Like, again, it goes up in increments continuously. Some of those also, they also do sometimes dollar XAI, so again they can just miss it again. So you got XAI 9. Yeah, I've got at least like 30 in there that are all XAIs. I have another one as well being the OKX. I had to ban the name OKX, which is a problem. Maybe a problem because I'm sure I've had comments asking me about what I think about OKX listings, and I have to ban them because there's also there was a massive scam of people saying my OKX seed trade wallets, and I was like, okay, that's another thing. I've had so much. Veronum as well, another one that people keep talking about. All of them are just scams. Again, if you see that sort of stuff, just don't take any notice of it. Just ignore it. All this stuff, yeah, it's ridiculous. What's up, Greg, my man? Hope you're doing very, very well, brother. Wow, there are so many bots. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't see it earlier. I should definitely get a mod involved so I can help potentially prevent that sort of stuff. Powell said no rate cuts until September because of the good news of China, that there was really no reason to cut prematurely. I mean, yeah. Again, we'll have to wait and see, right? Because while he said that, he has also highlighted that he's very much on the, reactionary, standing on the sidelines type thing. So he said, I mean, I'm not seeing that, but I mean, I'm sure I could find that information yourself and find it very quickly. In fact, I'll preload it instead of just doing the researcher thing where I actually preload it. Yeah, there you go. The Fed rate cut bets hammered by US-China tariff truth. Jerome Powell said last week that he needed further clarity on tariffs before moving interest rates. So, Fed Jerome Powell warned last week that if the large increases in tariffs that have been announced are sustained, they are likely to generate a rise in inflation, a slowdown in economic growth, and increase in unemployment. So stagflation, basically. I'm not seeing the part where you mentioned that. Maybe again, if you can find the actual quote from him saying that, my man, then please send it to me in Discord so I can look for it myself. But again, for me, Jerome Powell not cutting rates is a bummer, but at the same time, it's not detriment because we have gone through cycles without rate cuts already in the past. We don't need them, in my belief. And of course, the trade deal was beneficial and the M2 is high, so we don't need to cut rates, but it would help us out earlier on as well. So we may not see rate cuts for a while, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Because if inflation comes back and ends up being really, really positive, let's just say somehow inflation's gone down, then that might incentivize Jerome Powell to be like, okay, you know what, maybe there's no risk to cutting rates right now. What's up, Buffalo man? You're doing very, very well. Welcome back to the channel, brother. Yeah, the bots are here. I know. Took me too long to find to ban them. Too much. Yeah, I think he needs some mods for the bots. Yeah, I mean, I've been okay so far in handling it all myself because the troll comments have been not too bad, and I've been able to take action myself if they got really, really bad, which I haven't done actually for YouTube at least. But that's the first. I think I've had some bot comments in, but they very, very rarely come to the live stream. They normally just post on the comment section, not in the live stream. So that's the very first time that's happened. So yeah, as this channel continues to grow more and more, and the bots start coming out of the woods again, I'll definitely have to get some mods to get ready to ban in case that happens. But Mr. Miles will be very power hungry, so I'm not sure if he's the right man. I kid, Mr. Miles, I love him. Yeah, I wish I had the power. I mean, yeah, I'm sure. Keep it sent over the box. Maybe they did. What's up, Choco Lord, bro? You're doing very, very well. But today I get 2 times the wrong, same but in the morning and one in the afternoon. Also focus on Kaspa. I'm happy to see it at 13 cents. I mean, sometimes it's worthwhile not paying attention to the markets. Like, honestly, despite this is my, one of my jobs, if you will, and I do this out of the love of the game and I do it, after I've done the stream, I have more work to do and I'll be doing that. But once I'm done, I immediately just turn off, read, and just get off. I don't try to become too married to the markets because it can again just be actually you missed your buses again. It's a minor thing in the grand scheme of things, but sometimes it's very worth just logging off. I'm actually going to be going away in about a week or so with my family, and I'm still going to be working there, but it'll be a bit more of a change of scenery, so a bit more logging off, and I'm looking forward to it. How low do you think Kaspa will go? If I was to hazard a guess, that would be my zone right now. Just because Kaspa is currently in a bullish trend, forming higher highs and higher lows. So if we go below 9 cents, I'd be surprised. But I think we'll see, again, based on fib retracement graphs, it just suggests that we'll find some more support probably around, around the zones here. So around I think we'll find it between here, just above the golden pocket, like we did last time. Last time when we saw that, actually we saw it a little bit higher. Last time we saw it, wrong damn tool. We saw it, yeah, last time we saw it rebound pretty much on the white, so around the 0.382 as opposed to the golden pocket. So I think we'll find if Kappa goes down, again, it depends on Bitcoin, right? Depends on Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin does not fall down too heavily and manages to hold 100k, again, worst case, maybe see it come down to 98. 98 seems to be a strong level right here. If I draw a line, strong line here, I'll make it blue. The white blue, please. There. There's strong support there, and equally there's strong support here as well. So I think we'll hopefully find Bitcoin find support around these zones here. And then if it goes down any further, then yeah, we'll probably see Kaspa blow low as well. But otherwise, then I'm hopeful that Kaspa will start holding strong, especially if you do get smart contract announcement that could help stabilize the price as well. Sorry, misspoke. He didn't explicitly say September, just hinted 85 could be around that time. Oh, okay. I mean, it's all good, man. Again, I mean, I'll look into it myself as well anyways, but again, rate cuts, while would be nice, we don't need them. End of the day, it'd be a nice thing to have, but we don't need them. End of the day, if you look at the M2 right now, the M2 is extremely high. So that tells us all we need to know, which is that there's still a lot of money like circulating in our economy right now, so we don't need to see rate cuts. Rate cuts in America will send it higher. That's fantastic. We don't need it though. We don't. The tariffs are going to hopefully bring more capital gradually, but into the markets as well, and that'll be good as well. But I'm sure we'll get rate cuts at some point. I'm sure it will. Whenever it comes through, again, we'll have to wait and see. If everything ends up being good with, jobs going up while the inflation stays down, while the economy is still stagnating, then Jerome Powell will have no choice but to start cutting rates. Yeah, you're the Thai Fork, bro. I know. Welcome back, brother. I seen a 2,000% in the morning and now I see half. Yeah, again, that's the nature of the market. Things can change very, very quickly. Very quickly indeed. What's happening in the markets right now, I'm scared. It's just a temporary pullback, my man. Honestly, don't be scared. Don't panic. It might see further pullbacks. It won't be too bad, truth be told. It won't be too bad at all. Wow, I've missed a lot of questions. I didn't realize I had that many. Cool. I love it. The very normal day. Yeah, the very normal day indeed. I really do love to have a family. Where you're from? I am from Germany. Going to your welcome back, bro. I'm from the UK. I hate it here. The regulations on the UK for crypto is so strict. It makes me it's very restrictive from what I actually can do in this country. You go on Australian. Wow. Hey, you know what? Respect, because I'm pretty sure in Australia it's extremely. Actually, it'll be extremely early now, won't it? I know when it was. Well, of course, it'll be different. I imagine the different time zones. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I know that an old individual who used to be part of this channel called Andy. Was it Andy? I forget his name now. I think it was Andy. No, it was. I forget his name. Although he is one of my mods actually in my Discord, but he's not been about for a very, very long time. Leroy. His name was Leroy. That was it. He told me that when I used to do my 4 p.m. streams, it was midnight for him. So 8 hours ahead of me. So right now it'd be like 7. No, right now it'd be 5 a.m. So mad. I appreciate it very much for being here. Just need better policies and more freedom. Exactly. You're most definitely not first, Mr. Miles. You are very, very late, but welcome back, my man. Yeah, Mr. Yeah, everyone just loves him. 3 miles. What? I'm sure if I scroll down, I've seen some form of joking rubbish he's just typed down below. I'm sure I've seen it. How much capital compared to power consumption like with Bitcoin? I don't have the exact numbers up, but I know it's significantly less. Bitcoin's very energy consumption. Again, the document here from Stanford highlighted that it was more than Netherlands, the whole country. That's insane. Now Kaspa is significantly less because it's block stack architecture. But I don't mind Kaspa, so I cannot tell for sure. I'm sure the miners might have a better idea than me. Why we've at 10 cents? Just standard pullback hedges. It's nothing to be worried about, truth be told. We're currently at 11 cents right now. It's just part of what's happening right now, but we will recover. No doubt. I think we might see it come back down here, personally. But to hazard a guess, again, guess, not financial advice, do your own research. We have to see where Bitcoin goes from here, but I'm not worried at all. Might be the last one to buy cheap Kaspa. Maybe it is. Maybe it is indeed. Yeah, not financial advice, of course. Can Kaspa hit $3 to $4 potentially. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a financial advisor. But if you think about a market cap perspective, that's only a 76 to 100 and... no. Am I doing the maths wrong? I think I'm doing the maths wrong. 78 to $104 billion market cap. So, it is not that much. $104 billion market cap is $4. That's not outlandish in the grand scheme of things. When you think about the potential of us seeing, the crypto market cap, people are saying 10 trillion. I'm not so sure about 10 trillion total market cap, but 6 maybe. I see a 6 trillion market cap in crypto, so I don't see why not. And Mr. Miles is joking now. Welcome back, Magnus, bro. You're doing very, very well. Joking about saying send all your Kaspa. Don't send anything to Mr. Miles. About to convert my stocks to Kaspa. Hey, hopefully it plans out well for you, brother. I think Kaspa has got a very nice rally ahead of it, personally. Kaspa is still above the 208 EMA. I mean, that's also true, yeah. If I load that up, do I still have that up? Indicator up? Did I remove that indicator? There you go. Yeah, you can see Kaspa right now is still above the 200 moving average. So that could be where Kaspa's holding strong right now, which would be very, very bullish news if that's the case. These are technically higher lows. Wouldn't consider these pullbacks unless you chase green candles. I mean, yeah, again, terminology is terminology. I'm still like, again, I think Kaspa's not, in trouble. I don't think any of us are in trouble right now, unless we get recession confirmations and World War III confirmations. I don't think we're in trouble right now. I think we're just having a call off, a correction, if you will, a quote unquote last bear trap before we see the price pass all-time highs and rally higher as well. Once we get smart contracts on like Donkey Kong, 100%. Clearly, the tic tac is a reference to aliens. Okay, yeah, there's the waffle. Completely, yeah. That threw me off so much. Sure. I definitely thought that I banned that. Apparently I did not ban that. Or something else got a ban as well. Damn. Where is it? Doing this midstream is crazy as well. Did I not ban that? No, I banned Pfizer. I didn't ban $P. Okay, well that's my fault. I should have banned both $PFE and Pfizer. Well, ban that now, so that individual who's been doing it every stream now can't do it anymore. Pi network chart looks shady. Pumped 2 billion, then dumped and pumped again. Let's have a look at Pi real quickly. Currently up 4% on the daily according to CoinMarketCap. Computer's so slow right now. I'm getting over. Yeah. Let's look at it on Trading View. Actually, it'd be better on Trading View. Pi USDT. Go on OKX. Why not? I mean, oh yeah, it's had a massive. Look at it in a smaller time frame. Look at it in the 15-minute. Yeah, it's been very volatile today. Today started here, so it went up massively on the daily here. Up 40%, 50%, then came down 20%, and now it's kind of neutral where it started off at. I mean, yeah, that's Pi chart. Pi do have apparently a very big announcement coming out on the 14th, a new mainnet update from what we saw on our stream last time. We covered it briefly. We might cover that in stream on the 14th in 2 days' time. You might see a further rally again, but that's just Pi network, innit? I'm not particularly bullish on Pi. I have no real reason to be. Will it make big gains a cycle? Maybe, but I'm not really caring to be clued into the project. I don't need to. When you have, I already diversify my portfolio a fair amount. At the point now when I do even cover potential picks with my VIPs, unless it's a project that I deem worth to continue diversifying, I don't need to find new projects anymore. The picks I have are all the picks I'm going to need to cycle. Mid-cycle, when I start cycling out profits, that might be something else, but I don't need to otherwise. I doubt we're getting rate cuts this time around. Maybe not. I mean, the first time Trump was inaugurated back in 2017, we had no rate cuts either. So, I mean, even look how bullish crypto was back then as well. and that was out rate cuts either. So again, we could still see. I mean, again, that was smaller market cap as well, but we could still see a very thriving market without rate cuts. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, Jerome Powell seems to be playing politics, but we can't do anything about it, unfortunately. But we don't need it at the same time. M2 is high. We don't need the rate cuts. Scams are a sign of bull market. That's also true. They come out of the works when it's things are getting very heated up. True that, and they'll try to get newbies. Also very, very true. You think it will make €1.50 this cycle? I'm not sure that conversion is to dollars. Although you may have meant dollars, but I'm going to check either way. Euro to... That would be 166 in dollars. I mean, that would be what? A $40 billion market cap, give or take? I don't think $40 billion market cap is excessive at all either. I think 40 billion is quite achievable. So yeah, I think 40 billion is a possibility for Kaspa. Ban anyone not helping to Moon? Precisely right. I'll absolutely get drunk on power, give me the revenge. Exactly what I mean. I know he's joking, but also I sometimes get scared of Mr. Miles. Like he's the moment he started doing the whole jokes about me having a basement for him, I knew he was getting way too comfortable. People for the QC. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Exactly. I'm in New York City. It's Jay Cunningham against crypto here. I know. Yeah, there's a lot of... New York is very anti-crypto still. UK is still very, very strict on crypto. It's borderline impossible to do anything in crypto in the UK. And to be fair, that's partly because of Sam Bankman-Fried. A lot of crypto is still uncertain, and after FTX collapse, a lot of the governments are like, yes, screw that, local crypto. Because of Sam Bankman-Fried. So it's actually FTX's fault. But it's what it is, right? If you're from the United States, considering going to Puerto Rico for 6 months, no state, no Fed tax when you Puerto Rico for trade, even if you live somewhere else 6 months later, somewhere else. I mean, yeah, I'm going to definitely try and find it. I don't plan to necessarily take any of my crypto out after the bull cycle because of the whole tax thing, maybe. But I mean, again, I'll have to see. I don't know. I really don't know. If I could move and avoid paying tax, God, I think we'd all want to do that. But yeah, do your own research, of course. Not financial advice. With market cap of Solana, it would be 3.5. Yeah, because Solana hit 80 billion. So, how confident are you on tier 1 listing this month? I have no confidence in a timeline for tier 1 listings. I have no confidence in tier 1 listings, but I think we'll get them this cycle. Maybe we get them this month. It depends on how the market behaves. And to go back to that question, I mean, while Solana had VC backing and all that stuff earlier on, Kaspa is in a we were seeing a much like last year when Solana hit 80 billion market cap, crypto was only at a just short of 3, maybe something like that, trillion market cap, and we're going to see at least 2x of that this cycle, in my belief, up to 6, maybe even higher. Who knows? In that case, then considering what Kaspa providing as well as a competitor and superior platform technology to every other crypto, and we have connections like the KRI with it as well, and Marathon, those sort of stuff. I see a potential for Kaspa to potentially reach Solana level market cap. Potential. Not saying it's going to happen again. We'll have to wait and see. The conservative prediction would be people will be putting it around, I think, $1 or something like that, which again, is possible. I think anything above a 150 billion market cap is a bit much. Still possible, but it's a bit much. Anything over 150 billion, I'm like, I'm not so sure about that. Pi is literally just as bad as XRP. I'm sure it is. I mean, again, I haven't looked into it too much, but I was trying to help a friend out with Pi coin at one point, trying to take it out, and I just found it really dodgy. I was like, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. They run a proof of an advertisement chain to mine you must watch the advertisement. Oh, that sounds terrible. Ugh. I hate that. Okay, it looks like I'm about to end up crashing my YouTube chat because it's lagging again really badly, as it always does. Which means it might be the end of the stream very soon as well. Also, Trump signed an executive order to slash prescription drug prices by 80%. making it more lucrative for you to move here. That's also true. I did see that as well. Yeah, Trump made some very big announcements today, which is why it's quite surprising the markets are down. Trump announced a trade deal with China, massively cut down the. My chat just collapsed now. That's the last chat. That's the last question, therefore, unfortunately. But yeah, Trump massively cut down on the mid-executive order to cut down the price of the drug stuff as well. So yeah, I mean, it was all in all actually quite a good day. Good announcements as well, but unfortunately, it just the market now decided to do something else. I think again it's in preparation for the inflation tomorrow. So we'll have to see what happens again. If you want to find out a little stuff, come tune in tomorrow's stream. We'll be covering the inflation data and what they mean for the market as well. Equally, I'll be making a post in my VIP group ahead of time on the data and what it means and what we're going to see from it going forward as well. But yeah, all in all, I would say that markets are coming back, but it's not a call for concern. If you want to know more about crypto and Kaspa and much more information regarding live streams, institutional research documents like these as well, and much more, then check out the VIP we're getting this down below in the description and my homepage as well. Otherwise, if you want to have just a place to chill chat and learn more casually, then you've got the free community there as well. That being said, that can be it for today's stream. Daily Kas Kaspa live stream. If you enjoyed it, always leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. If they come from the storm, don't panic. It's the last bear trap. We are still on track to see higher highs in the near future. Have a great day, good evening, good night, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care now.